So, welcome back to the channel. So, this is a kind of new kind of video I want to do. Now, if you've seen my questions and answers video or my least favorite videos video, the kind of presentation of this video is very obvious. At you know, This is, of course, going to be just, me rambling, for a certain amount of time. So, I guess welcome to the first video of Late Night with the Moth Queen. So this is actually a video I wanted to do for quite a bit at this point. And, well, so the theme of this video is to really just talk about topics about gaming or my opinions on some YouTube videos of mine. The whole point of these videos is to strictly remain in the topic of gaming or my channel. I don't want to have these videos be talking points about other YouTubers or just stuff outside of what I normally talk about on YouTube, because honestly it's kind of boring, to be honest. So I guess, what is today's topic? Well, I guess today's topic is going to be influences on YouTube. The good, the bad, and I guess how I think of what videos I want to make. So, of course, I guess one of the good things about doing YouTube, I think the good things about doing YouTube is, well, it's very simple. I mean, first of all, it's a very interesting hobby to have, and there's a lot of ideas that you can talk about on this platform. If you're into cooking, well, you can do cooking. If you're into games, you can do games. If you're into cars, music, building stuff, tech, anything, I mean, you'll find an audience for that. And frankly, sometimes you just kind of don't care about having an audience. I mean, that kind of was what I was doing at first. I didn't really care about getting an audience. I was just some college age girl just, making random videos because she, wanted to. That pretty much is how I started my YouTube channel. 5.5 years of uploading, I'm still kind of doing the exact same thing. So I pretty much just do my YouTube stuff. I just pretty much upload whatever I want. And that kind of brings me to the main topic of today's video, and that is, of course, what do I decide to upload? Why do I upload certain things? And why have I stopped uploading certain things? So these are, interesting questions. I think what I basically upload whatever I find interesting. For the most part, I'm interested in talking about games, and so I'm going to be talking about games on my channel. That, should make sense. And obviously, originally it was supposed to just be Moonlight Belladonna. Of course, at the time, the channel was called Moonlight. But, I wanted to upload other kinds of content. And haven't really been able to do that because I was nervous about the whole copper thing. And so that eventually led to the creation of the Moth Queen effect, which is what this video is going to be going on for. And so having two channels, I will definitely say, it can be challenging. I know some people, it's completely fine. They can have two channels and they upload a completely different kind of content on that. But then you have people like me, and it's just like they kind of struggle in regards to other kinds of content. Like, I will admit, I've struggled with ideas for this channel, and you know, hence why I've you know, hence why I've experimented with different uh, types of videos with the game controversies or moving the anime reviews to this channel. And sure, the game controversies generally have done well. I'm actually very happy with how much attention they've gotten. And so, yeah. So it can be challenging to really think about what kind of content I really want to upload. And, well, so that does bring me to the main topic once again. As of course, how do I decide if I don't want to upload something? Do I still upload stuff I don't like? Or do I generally just admit that I don't want to upload it? I pretty much will always admit if I don't want to upload something. It's happened before. I've had videos that I've uploaded that looking back, I'm like, yeah, I don't really think this is something I really want to do. Like, case in point, one of the first videos I gave up on was, of course, the music reviews. I actually did these all the way back from 2020 to 2023. Although the ones in 2023, I don't want to necessarily count them because those ones were kind of getting phoned in. And it kind of became obvious in 2022 that maybe these videos might not be the best because I kind of reviewed the bands I wanted to, and the bands I was still covering, the newer stuff was kind of less than stellar. And so, yeah, eventually I would have stopped making those. It's also happened with the anime reviews. I kind of, originally I moved them over to the Moth brand effect, but even then it kind of became obvious that I'm not really doing many of those videos as I'd like to, and it just felt best to kind of leave it off at that. And it has, and there have been some challenges in regards um, for the gameplay videos. So these I've been uploading on Moonlight Belladonna since I want to say March or late February. It was one of them, and I like them, but they've had some challenges, and I've also have been wondering if I have even wanted to upload them. I think as of now they might be on a hiatus, just while I do kind of regain the, I guess, encouragement to really upload them. And so, yeah, I think that's kind of what the whole plan with those are. But as for being able to upload content or finding out which ones I want to upload, it can be a tricky situation because, yeah, at least for me, it has felt like that. Because, I mean, there's been video ideas I wanted to do, but they've just kind of haven't felt like they've been something I want to really upload. Like, you know, even if they were already something I've covered, like, I mean, I literally could do, more topics about general gaming. Like, I could be covering gaming news or something else, and I think back and I'm like, hey, that's not really something I want to really talk about. Like, and again, nothing against the people who do talk about gaming news or who do any forms of content, as long as it's allowed on YouTube and isn't illegal or anything. Frankly, honestly, I can't really care what people upload. I know just with me, there's some stuff I'm like, I generally wouldn't have loved to upload, but it's generally not something I want to really upload myself. And or it just feels like this isn't something I would be able to upload. And for a bit, it kind of felt like gameplay videos were kind of like that. Because I did like them. It just, there have been times when I've kind of felt like, is this kind of stuff I want to upload? Because the whole point is what I want to do with my YouTube channel is I want to kind of do my own thing. I don't want to be fit into a box and just have content that's expected for me to make. I guess if that makes sense, but and again, nothing against the people who do stuff like that. There's been plenty of YouTubers that have uploaded gameplay videos that I actually generally look up to or find them amusing. And I also kind of forgot what the other topics I was gonna be thinking about. But I guess when it comes time to really end a video or something, I guess with me it's a feeling. Like, once I got the anime I gave up on video done, it's not really occurring to me, and I'm like, is this content I really want to make? I also thought more about that. I'm like, oh, this is also something that I haven't really uploaded that much on. And the ones I have wanted to talk about aren't exactly ones I have seen in quite a bit, or just generally feel like they would take a long time to do. Hence why I haven't really covered any of the Pokemon movies or Pokemon anime yet. It also really made me also realize, I'm like, yeah, I think just general gaming also might be what I am more interested in. And there's parts of general gaming I'm interested in. I mean, again, I'm not going to be covering gaming news or a bunch of other stuff. Like, I know you do want to cover game myths, and of course, still do the controversies videos, because sure, well, the controversy videos are generally a bit more negative because I'm focusing on negative parts of gaming, and sometimes there's some really sad things being brought up. There's still videos I do like. So that's kind of, so there's some content that like I think about. I'm like, yeah, this is like stuff I want to do, like, so I guess if that makes sense. And I also know I gotta definitely be a bit more outside the box in regards to the content I create, because I do know that my content isn't exactly, to the standards of, other YouTubers. And for the most part, I honestly never have been bothered by that. I've just, again, been doing my own thing, and if it gets views, it gets views. And I'm always thankful for that. I just always do YouTube as a hobby. And so, and so I guess I'll probably talk about one more topic before I end off this video. And that is, of course, whether or not a video goes on Moth Green or Moonlight. This one can be interesting, and actually has really made me curious before, because this has come to mind before. When I did my Call of Duty controversies and Grand Theft Auto controversies, these videos, in retrospect, probably could have been on Moonlight rather than the Moth Green effect. But you can also argue that they belonged on that channel too. I mean, they could be on Moonlight because, well, the Grand Theft Auto series and Call of Duty series are two series that I have reviewed time after time and actually have been wanting to do more content on. And yeah, I actually am planning on doing the Modern Warfare trilogy review. I just literally have been far behind on certain videos. And I want to do more Grand Theft Auto stuff soon. So yeah, kind of going back to the original point, some videos generally feel like they could be made for both channels, because like the COD controversies, that feels like it could have been on Moonlight Belladonna. but it also feels like it could have been a Moth Queen effect because, well, it's talking about game controversies. Like, it's Lily has fit with this channel a few years at this point, but also could fit on Moonlight Belladonna because this is a series that I've reviewed and have heavily talked about on the channel before. And it's the same thing with other stuff like Bayonetta. I mean, I literally just reviewed Mario Kart 8, and I know there's other ideas to cover other Mario games, maybe other Nintendo stuff. I'm not saying I'm going to become a Nintendo YouTuber, I'm just saying that, like, there is that idea, but it does make me wonder, like, what about, like, stuff like Bayonetta? Because, like, Bayonetta seems like something I would review on a main channel, but it's just like, well, it's also a Nintendo property, which, sure, kinda not. I mean, it is on, Bayonetta has been on Nintendo systems since the Wii U, but you could also, I mean, it's definitely also still a Sega game, but I don't know. The point is sometimes those videos that I want to upload, but I'm not entirely sure if they can be on the main channel or secondary channel because of uh, the because of the topic, and so yeah, it's just, I don't know. It was just something interesting to think about, and even then, like, because Moonlight Belladonna does most of the game reviews. Like, been a bunch of games that reviewed, and it can also be argued that the Pokemon series can have been on that channel, and it can also be argued that a upcoming video I wanted to do could be on Moonlight Belladonna because it's a bit more, I guess, more bit of a review, I guess. Maybe that's like the best way I can describe it. But I can also argue that it could be on the Moth Queen because it's more about a general sense of gaming. So it's just always made me think about just how it's always made me think about just like what videos I upload on each channel. And I know this probably doesn't really mean too much to anyone because, well, I mean, quite a bit of my audience is subbed to both channels. But to me, it's just always something I've just found interesting with how I've done YouTube is just what videos go on which channel. Or like what videos I want to upload. And I kind of think that that's been an interesting topic to really think about. Because on both channels, I do try to make them both unique. Because originally, when I made Moth Queen Effect, it kind of was the second channel. But these days, I just see it as a companion channel. I just feel like seeing it as a second channel just kind of feels like it diminishes the what videos go on there. And it's definitely not something I want to do. I don't know. It's just been something I've really been thinking of. And, during these past months, I've been wanting to do more types of content. And it kind of really led to the creation of this because these videos would not be here if it weren't for the Grand Theft Auto playthrough or Skyrim playthrough, because I kind of realized that I kind of liked providing commentary on a bunch of stuff. I don't want to say I'm a commentary YouTuber because honestly, I really do not like that community. Hence, that's kind of why I'm only talking about games and my YouTube channels. And so it just kind of led to the creation of Late Night with the Moth Queen because I realized I'm like, yeah, I kind of like talking about this stuff because like there's some stuff that I'm like, yeah, I could bring this up in I could bring this up in like the playthroughs, but then there's some that I'm like, I don't really think I can talk about like certain stuff in a playthrough because it generally might not really make sense to bring it up or really even really talk about the topic, but I don't know. It was just something it was just something that did interest me when I was doing this. But of course, that's really all I have to say for today. So I will definitely be doing more of these in the future. The whole point of these videos is to essentially talk about random topics in regards to my YouTube channel or just general gaming. These videos are honestly just meant to provide. These videos are meant to provide quite a lot of fun, and generally bring a smile to people's face. That's one of the reasons why I do YouTube, and and I will probably get into that another time. But like always, thank you all for watching. This was a fun video to do, although it's technically one I've kind of been doing before, just under a different name. But of course, that's not here nor there. But of course, thank you all for watching, and have a wonderful night.